Okay. There we go. See how that goes. All right. All right. So this feeling or topic, I'm trying to find a version of myself, or I'm digging for this particular version. I guess I want to describe who it is or what version of me I'm trying to find. Like, what are the characteristics of this person? Because there's this feeling inside of me that I'm like, that's who I want to talk to. All these other versions of myself, there's this feeling that I don't like them. I don't like any of these other versions of myself, like, at all. I'm like, okay, so who am I trying to talk to then? If it's none of these people, none of these versions of myself, who is this that I'm trying to find? And I can just like vaguely describe it, but there's this, again, but there's so many versions and layers and other things in the way that are stopping me from having this conversation with that person. I want to talk to that version of myself. Okay, again, who the fuck is that in my opinion? Or maybe it's not even real, but I guess there's the feeling of this version of me is not jealous. He's not insecure. He's not egotistical. He's not afraid. He's not trying to impress anybody. He's not trying to be interesting. He's not trying to have an audience. And he's not trying to do anything. And I'm like, what the fuck is inside of me that I'm trying to find? What, all these layers and all these videos that I've been making, all of this shit, this journey, this everything has all been for what exactly? Again, I'm warning myself, whatever. If you want to get practical, that's what it is. At the same time, there's been a driving thing inside of me. There's been a driving force inside of me that made me make all these videos, that is making me have conversations with people and, you know, call out the bullshit, right? And it's all to get to this version of myself that I vaguely described. There's so many other characteristics that I think, okay, right now, I'm not that person. I'm not that person. So, and I'm trying to get to this version of myself. So what's in the way right now? What's in the way? How am I acting right now that is not the person that I want to talk to? This is not the version I want. I'm currently trying to be interesting. I'm afraid. I'm fearful of being rejected by everybody, not just one particular person. I'm unsure of myself. I'm not sure that this version of myself even exists. So there's this doubt. And then I'm disappointed. I feel disappointed that that's a possibility. That this driving force inside of me is not even, I don't know, obtainable. I'm trying to get there. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to get there, and that's what all this impatience is. And this is why I'm so angry at myself. But like, I'm angry. Like, it's like, this is the thing. It's like the version of myself that I'm trying to find is angry at all of these other layers that are in the way of my quote unquote true self. And I'm looking for my true self. And I have a feeling and a description of what I think my true self is. And my true self is not afraid. He's not insecure. He's not unsure of himself. He's, again, not trying to impress anybody. He's not trying to have an audience. He's not looking for attention. And I'm like, okay, what is he? He's not sad. He's not depressed. He's not angry. And I'm like, so he lacks all emotion? Is that what so am I looking for a not human? And I always am having this conversation with people now, or I'm asking a question, and I keep asking this question of, if you had the ability to push a button to make the whole world honest, would you push that button? And I'm like, the answer that I always have is yes. But I had a conversation with my coworker yesterday, and he said, all right, well, I would have to flip a coin. And I was like, okay, interesting. Why would you want to flip a coin? Why wouldn't you just want everybody to say all their truth? And again, it's just a hypothetical situation. I don't even want to get into the practical side of, okay, well, if there was a murderer in your house and he's looking for your family, are you going to be honest and tell, whatever? That's not even my point. It's like, again, there's this thing inside of me that is annoyed with all of these other versions of myself. And it's annoyed with all the other versions of everybody else. And I'm trying to get past. It's like the version I'm trying to find, I believe, is an extreme state of vulnerability where all the layers of protection have been removed. All the layers of protection, all the ego, all the defenses, all the you can't get to me, you won't love me, and you can't love me, and I'm not going to let you get this close to me, and I'm not going to let you do this or that. I'm not going to say this about myself. I'm not going to open up about that. I'm like, this version of myself is who I'm trying to talk to. And I'm like, why is that? Because that's what this whole eliminating filters fucking thing is. Like, because I believe that I need to eliminate all of that stuff so I can find this person. And I want to talk out all of these other versions until they're bored. I want to absolutely talk out all my anger, all of my fear, all of my anxiousness. I'm not going to get all of it out. I understand that. That's just never going to fucking happen. But it's a driving force that's inside of me that wants to eliminate anger, sadness, depression, ego, frustration, impatience. All of that stuff, all of that I want to be gone. All right, I'm just gonna have to do this real quick. Yeah, and I'm like, why? Because I do want to like, and that's been another driving force behind all of these videos. I keep asking a lot of questions, right? This is the whole theme of the everything, and why this, why that, why, and then whys to the why. You know, whys on top of whys. I want to find the root, and I believe the root, past all of the conditioning again, And I'm not there today. I'm not going to find it today. It's just I want to have that conversation with myself right now. And I thought about it. Like, I just took a shower this morning, and I was like, I'm making all these videos for a reason. There's a driving force behind all of these videos. And and that's the thing, there's no perfect state of being, which is what I feel like I'm trying to reach. And I'm so angry that I'm not getting there. And again, unrealistic. It's not realistic to completely eliminate all of my human emotions. Yet, I want to. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why do I want to do that? And even yesterday I said that I want to feel everything. I do want to feel everything. But the only reason I want to feel everything is to out-feel them. I want to understand all of this, whatever's going on with me right now, whatever my raised voice is, whatever this anger and frustration I'm feeling right now. I want to out-feel all of it. That way I can get to this version of myself. Because all of this is in the way, right? And that's how I'm describing all of my emotions. They're in the way from my goal, which is, I don't even know. But it's important for me to talk about it because I'm like, that's why I'm doing all of this. So I can stop doing all of this. So I can stop talking. So I can get to that person. Because right now I don't like any of this stuff. And maybe in reality, that person that is trying to kill all of these other versions of myself is the enemy. And is the one that's causing my extreme unrest and my extreme amount of stress. Here I am, thinking that I am finding an answer potentially, possibly, and it's starting to make me feel kind of good about myself somewhat, but in reality, I'm not happy. My work, I want to eliminate that. And I'm like, so I just want to be this floating state of consciousness that has no humanity. What the fuck? Like, that's what it feels like I'm describing, right? That's what it feels like I'm trying to reach. What? Like, I said I want to be human. I said that already. But it sounds like I don't. And when I say I want to eliminate all filters, and I just described pretty much eliminating all my emotions, I'm like, I'm trying to eliminate my humanity. And I'm like, what the fuck does that look like? Who is that? And I'm like, why am I so goddamn curious to find out who the fuck that is? Why am I making a video every fucking day talking to myself and then re-listening to myself and having all of these conversations? And I'm analyzing my words and my descriptions and my tone of voice and everything. And again, I can't look at myself right now. There's no body language that I can also get into because, again, I'm trying to have a fucking audience. And the only reason I want this audience and the only reason I want my YouTube channel to be successful is so that I make a bunch of money so that I can get rid of the job filter, the corporate environment filter. I want to eliminate that. Like, I'm trying to just have my 10 million fucking dollars, right? And I don't see myself making that out here in this fucking corporate environment. You know, again, I might move into a different job sometime in the fucking future. Right now, I don't know what the fuck that looks like. But again, I don't want a job. I want to eliminate that as well. So here I am trying to kill, or this version of myself is trying to kill all of these other versions for some reason that I'm not sure I understand right now. But something's moving me to press record. Well, hello? Who the fuck are you? What's inside of me that's doing that right now? Something is fucking with me. Something is gripping at all of these versions and saying, hello, I saw you. Goodbye. On to the next one. Okay. Hello. Goodbye. On to the next one. Until what? And again, even right now, an extreme amount of impatience is what I feel. And I'm saying to myself, I want to find it. Where are you? You fucking fuck. You're hiding. You're the thing driving my entire existence right now. So who the fuck are you? You motherfucking pussy bitch hiding? But that's the thing. It's not hiding. I'm so afraid of that. Like that. And I keep talking to, again, even my coworker yesterday and people in general. I keep describing the rabbit hole that everybody needs to jump into, right? Or I think everybody should at least have the conversation about with themselves. Because I'm angry at all of the filters everybody has. Extremely upset. Again, why? Why am I so fucking mad at all of these people? Why am I so mad at all the people bullshitting themselves into peace, right? Because I was so proud of this moment yesterday that I fucking said. And I even made a little short out of it. I made a little YouTube short of that fucking segment where people are bullshitting themselves into peace. And I'm like, well, I want peace or something, or I'm not even sure, right? I'm not sure what I want, but something's pushing me, and that's the thing I'm trying to understand. And now all of a sudden I'm like, oh God, I just keep repeating myself. I don't give a shit. No. I want to not give a shit. I've even noticed myself again with that a lot. Is I keep saying I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Like I even say it with that exact tone. I don't give a shit. Like, yes, I do. I'm very insecure, and there's the other thing. I'm trying to eliminate all my insecurities. Again, trying to reach this perfect plane of existence, and it's not even human. And I'm at this point now where I'm like, what the fuck is humanity anyways? When I describe that to somebody, or when I ask that question, or I'm like, I'm trying to find the humanity in people. What am I trying to find? Because at this current moment in time, it appears that I'm trying to eliminate it completely. I'm trying to eliminate all emotion. I'm trying to eliminate all these versions of myself so I can get to the kernel of my brain or my consciousness. Like, why? There's something I don't understand right now. Why am I trying to do that? Because, again, I was talking to my coworker, or, a couple of them yesterday. I was like, so, and I got him really thinking. And he's like, you motherfucker. Like, he even said this to me. He's like, you motherfucker. Like, I felt all right. And now you got me fucking thinking. And I'm like, am I a fucking asshole? Maybe I should just leave that alone. What I'm trying to do again, or whatever the fuck this driving force inside of me, might be poison. But maybe that's just my ego, and that's just my fear talking, and that's just my defense talking and my protection. And I don't want to be extremely, extremely vulnerable. When all the layers of everything are down, I don't want to do that. So I want to say to that version of myself that I think is driving me, you're poison. You're not good for me. Everything you're actually doing to all of these people and all the conversations you're having is not good. Because you're trying to kill humanity. That's why you want to push that button. Because you know a lot of people are going to fucking die when they start opening their fucking mouths. And you want to see that happen. You sick fuck. Like, and it's in this version of this version of myself also has no arrogance. Like, again, I have this description of this version of myself that I think is there or something. Like, because what is honesty to me? What is that? What do I think honesty is and authenticity? What the fuck am I talking about when I say somebody's not being honest? What does that mean? And then I want them to stop lying. Why? Why do I hate liars so much? Why do I hate people that are bullshitting themselves and bullshitting me? Why do I hate them so fucking much? What's the fucking issue? And again, like, asking myself that question is very scary because there's that possibility that this driving force, maybe during this whole journey, not even in this conversation, I might kill my driving force. Because I do believe this is what's moving me, is to eliminate all of this and find honesty and find the authenticity in everybody and find the authenticity, most importantly, inside of myself, my true self, my higher state of being. And why is that a higher state of being? Why would I describe that as higher? Oh, you're talking to your lower self, your animalistic side, and I'm condescending, not even that. People are condescending to this. That's your lower self, your hedonistic nature, your pleasure-seeking hormones and dopamine receptors that you want to just pop off all the time and constantly hit all the time. That's the lower self, and you must elevate to this higher plane. I believe maybe there is no higher anything. It's just you are all of this. And I am all of these different versions. I am all of the yelling. I am all of the sadness. I am all of the depression. I am all of the moments of joy. I am all of that. But for some reason, I'm not happy with it. Or something deep inside of me is not happy with that. I don't want to be any of these things. I don't like any of this stuff. And I'm digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging through all of these layers, all of these conversations and all of these topics and feelings and moods and everything just to find something. And again, that's why I was so unsatisfied with this answer of you never figure it out. I'm like, whatever, right? Fuck yourself. Words of advice, bumper sticker stuff. Fuck off and die. Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe I'm trying to get here. To that version of myself. This is the person I'm trying to find. I don't have that answer right now. I don't. As of right now, I don't know who the fuck that is. I have a feeling and an idea, though. Like, I have it. It's there. I have this feeling towards it. I have this. Again, I have that driving force inside of myself. I have this drive towards authenticity. And I have I want honesty so badly. But now I want to ask the definition of honesty to myself. What the fuck is that? Is that the complete elimination of humanity is honesty? But I don't think so either. Like, that's not what I feel when I say be honest. I just believe it's this extreme state of vulnerability. But what does that mean when you're extremely vulnerable? What is that? Like, where all the layers are gone. And it's not that you're at a higher plane, it's just you're extremely small or vulnerable. Like you're just, all of it's gone, all the protection's gone, all of it. And what does that person have to say? Who is that? And those are the people I'm trying to talk to, and those are the conversations I'm trying to have so I can get to that extreme state of vulnerability. I want to find that. And again, I'm going to spend 30 something minutes in this fucking video. I want to talk about that to ad nauseum. Yeah, my coworker asked me, why are you doing this? Why? What started you doing this? What triggered you asking all the motherfucking questions? I mean, it all started from like the fact that I even started making all these videos or whatever. Again, I always have this driving something inside of me, but the thing that triggered me into the video making process was I had a conversation with my girlfriend about my finances and moving out and how much I actually don't make. And it's like, I've been just cutting into my savings, acting like I got money, but I don't. Like, I'm just chipping away at my fucking savings. That's all I've been fucking doing for the past year or so. Thinking that I got things covered, but in reality, I'm living paycheck to paycheck like all these fuckers that I don't like. And that also makes me upset and angry at myself. Anyways, and I was just like, why? Why am I doing this? And then I just started having the conversation. And then here I am 2.5 weeks later or something. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like there's so many hours now of me talking to my goddamn self. It's absolutely ridiculous how many fucking hours there are. But that is the thing. Like when I'm talking to my best friend, I'm also asking a bunch of why questions to all of this stuff, and it gets them thinking, and it's very interesting again when you start doing that and you start going and digging into yourself. It's a very interesting process, and you find out a lot of things. You see a lot of things. I have been, again, so wrapped up in all of this shit going on and what I'm thinking about and what I'm talking about. I'm not even listening to nobody on fucking social media right now. It's very limited because I am desperate. And the driving force inside of me is trying to drive away all of the other versions of myself so I can finally have the conversation that I've been looking for. Because right now, all of these conversations are a means to an end. And the end is this version of myself. In my opinion, maybe, possibly, potentially. I'm going to park again to the left. And that is going to take a lifetime, and maybe I'll run into them. Maybe I'll run into this version of myself unexpectedly instead of trying to find them. You know, instead of looking for, instead of making all these videos. Because yeah, I want to get bored of all these other versions of myself, so I stop talking to them, so I don't pay them any more attention. I don't want to pay this right now, the person I am being right now. I don't want to pay any more attention to them. I don't want to pay any more attention to this. And again, I want my audience, and I want people to pay me, and I want to get monetized and all of that stuff, just so I can get to this version of myself quicker. Because again, there's so much shit in the way. So many things in the way. And maybe I am just tricking myself. And in reality, I'll never reach it. I'll never reach that state of mind. And then the fact that I would want to even document it, because I would want to just record it. I would want to record that version of myself, but then that defeats the whole purpose of the self I just described anyways. Because that version of myself wouldn't even turn on the camera. So it's like, oh, I would end up having that conversation and feeling all of whatever I'm feeling. And I would say all that stuff. And then what? Want to talk about it? For what exactly? Like, why am I doing any of this stuff? Why am I making these videos? I mean, again, I feel like it's that. But now I'm actually stopping right now and I'm like, why the fuck am I doing any of this? Jump in the rabbit hole, dude. Fucking go, bro. Stop being a faggot pussy. Jump in, jump in, jump in. Tell me what you find so that maybe I can find what I'm looking for. And the avenue you'll go down will help me go down an avenue that I haven't been able to. And that I can finally reach that perfect state of fucking being. Okay, and sometimes I feel, I mean, I'm happy I stopped driving and all I see right now is, you know, just my car and these trees in front of me and stuff. So it's helping me extra kind of dig in there. I'm just so mad. Or again, I just feel like this thing inside of me is so angry that I can't talk to it. It's just like, dude, stop. Like, go, bro, come on, man. Like, I've been here the whole time. This version of yourself that you're looking for, I'm right here. You just gotta close your eyes and just stop thinking about all this other fucking dumb shit. I won't find it right now, but it's just weird to think about what moves me, what has been moving me, because I don't even understand it. But there's a motivation and there's this feeling behind all of it. You know what makes me mad even right now? Unfortunately, it just is what it is. It's like, yeah, I'm in my work parking lot, right? And I want to close my eyes and I almost want to start digging into my brain. But then I'm afraid some fuck is just going to be a dumb cunt and want to fuck with me. And then I'm gonna punch him in the fucking face. Because I'm going to be so angry at him that he just broke me out of my state of digging to find my true self. And then again, that's what I'm so angry that I can't talk to him. And I'm like, again, why am I so angry that I can't, like, what, is this the peace of mind that I'll finally reach that I think everybody's been, again, bullshitting themselves into? Everybody else is, you know, lying and not being honest and bullshitting themselves into peace. Like, I listened to that fucking version, or I listened to that short so many times, and I'm just so proud of it, you know? I'm so happy that I made that, but I'm like, why am I so happy about that? Why this? Why that? Learn to enjoy life, man. What? Learn to enjoy life? What are you fucking talking about? That's what I mean. I'm like, I don't want to learn how to enjoy life. I want to find me. The me that I think is inside, past all of this shit. And that's how I describe it as. And I'm like, wow, is that sad? Is that a sad fucking thing that I'm looking for? Because again, the description of this driving force feels not human. It's like I don't want to be a human. But I do feel like this version of myself I described is the ultimate humanity. Because all of the social filters and the fear and anxiety and protection and ego and trying to impress and etc., right? That's not humanity to me. That's all these layers that are stopping you from going there. And I'm like, once you find the ultimate humanity, that's when you can really love people. Again, even, religion, just any dividing factors, any protections. Again, I'm not going to agree with everybody. I know that. Not everybody's going to reach this ultimate humanity, and I probably won't either. Like, I won't, but I want it so goddamn badly, is this ultimate humanity. Which I believe is unreachable, and then I'm sad about it. And then that's the thing, when people, like, you know, go on these fucking LSD trips and these mushroom fucking trips or DMT experiences, they all describe this thing called ego death. And then I would listen to some of these trip reports, you know, that they would talk about, and then most of them would always, like, all the fucked up fears and anxieties, and I've heard some fucked up shit people describe. And I'm like, but all of them have this message that they come out of with this message of love or something. And even I, like, you know, love is a very complex idea, and everybody has a different version of, or they have a different definition of what the fuck it means to them. But I believe that love, like, it's this ultimate state of, again, I don't even know. I don't know. It's just because right now I have all of the filters and the everythings and the fears and the, oh God, am I going to do right? And I can't describe that version of love. I'm not there. I haven't had an ego death. I don't know what that looks like or feels like. You know, but people describe it and they're like, it's just this complete elimination of self. And I'm trying to do that without drugs. You know, because drugs are fucking powerful and they'll fuck your mind up. You know, they can strip all of that stuff. But here I am trying to do it without the use of any of those substances, and that's why I'm so fucking mad. And that's why I have had a fascination with drugs. You know, and like, oh, maybe I should but again, that's a whole nother story. But, you know, I freaked out smoking weed. Had a fucking panic attack the first time I fucking ever smoked weed, and I went to the fucking hospital. You know, just freaking out. You know, nothing was wrong. I was just high as fucking, couldn't comprehend it is all that was happening. But I'm like, I want to. It's like, yeah, I want to have an ego death. I want to achieve ego death without having to use drugs, which might not even be possible. But I feel like I'm on the journey of eliminating my ego or something. I'm on the journey to eliminate something. Eliminate, kill, destroy, get rid of. Jump in, go, because what you're doing right now is just dancing on the surface. This is, again, what I'm saying to everybody else, right? Because this surface level shit is so, again, uninteresting to me. I don't care about your surface level persona you're portraying to me. If you want to have that conversation, that'd be awesome, so that we can actually start digging together, and then maybe we'll find something. We'll find the humanity that I'm so desperately fucking looking for, or this definition of humanity that I'm so desperately looking for. I really want to talk to it. I want to talk to that. Because who the fuck is that? And I understand that some people, again, I'm not them, but like, it's just my own opinion. They have these ego deaths or they have these DMT experiences. And then they come back to this reality and they come back to this state of fucking being, and they're just like, fuck that. And maybe I have this thing inside of me, but I just don't want to do drugs. I'm fucking scared, of course, to lose my mind. That's the biggest fear. But again, am I actually going to lose my mind, or am I finally going to have that conversation with the version of myself I've been looking for? And that's the reason I'm not doing LSD or mushrooms. Again, I'm not saying that's how you fucking do it or you go there and, oh, that's it, Matt. That's what the fuck you got to do. You got to just take a bunch of drugs. I almost said my fucking name. Like, I'm Matt. Okay, I'll save that, but which is short for Matthew. Jesus, come on. I don't know why I was like, come on, Matt. Like, why did I fucking freeze? That was so stupid. Anyways, though, I don't know. I gotta get the fucking side now. Pretty fucking much. Unfortunately, I gotta go play that fucking role again for another goddamn day just to make money. Alright, well, yeah, I'm done. Until, goodbye.